There, teenagers, it's GOPsithlord talking to you here. Today is the 22nd of May, 2014, and I'm just back from seeing X-Men Days of Future Past. This is going to be my review, and I will be getting in spoilers in the second half of my review. I will warn you when we reach that point. So let's give a quick overview. Well, Bryan Singer returned to the franchise that he loves with this film, and he really has done a remarkable job. Not only has he told the story he wanted to tell with a classic X-Men story, which many nitpickers and many purists would consider a tall act to follow, you could say. He's been able to tell his own story using that guideline, and done so successfully with a very large ensemble combined cast from two different continuities, and wrapped it up in a nice little bow to tell bigger stories. Now, by this time, a lot of you have been reading reviews and press, and let me tell you, the hype is very real. There is no exaggeration. Singer and crew have resuscitated the franchise, and they've done a masterful job of it. The actors in their parts, no matter how big or small, do an excellent job. Kudos to James McAvoy, in particular, for turning in an excellent performance as the young Professor Charles Xavier. As always, Hugh Jackman is excellent in his part. There are some who do get the short end of the stick. Halle Berry's part, for example, Cy Omar, the actors playing Sunspot and Warpath, are basically in for show. Also, Blink, she uses her power a lot, but you don't get to know much else about her, which is a bit of a shame. But I hope they keep those characters around for, well, you know it's coming. So with that in mind, let's now get into the meat of the film. And warning: this will contain spoilers. The overall plot of the film is well known. We have a continuity ongoing in the dystopian future, which is different from the Byrne and Claremont story, in which there are only a few X-Men surviving. In this continuity, there's been an ongoing war, and we get the sense there is a lot of hopelessness. People die, but I'm sorry to say that due to certain powers involved, namely Kitty Prydes and Blinks, it doesn't have that much impact. And then, for reasons that I still am kind of baffled by, Kitty Pryde gets the time traveling power, and she's not the one who goes back in time, which is how it should have been. But in this one, of course, they send back Wolverine because he's the only one who can make the journey because of the healing factor. Now, once Hugh Jackman gets to the 70s, this film really takes off, and I really applaud Singer for keeping the story moving. Within the first 15 minutes, we're off and running. You're back in time. You're in the 70s. Wolverine is looking for Professor X. Finds him. Prof at the start of this thing, James McAvoy's Professor Xavier is completely screwed up. Lots of allusions to his dependency on drugs, a serum that Hank whips up for him so they can walk. This explains how Xavier is allowed to walk. They spring Magneto from the Pentagon prison. We've all seen that in the previews. And awesome job on the effects for the actor playing Quicksilver. His name escapes me at the minute. They did an excellent job. That whole sequence, that whole prison break sequence is awesome. But there leaves one glaring thing that really annoys me. Why do you leave him behind? What is wrong with you? You know, I'm not the first person to observe this, but in the words of Harry Knowles, if you kept Quicksilver on your team, in the way he's portrayed in this film, he would never lose a fight. Ever. As in, ever. You just wouldn't lose. But for reasons I still am baffled by, they hand him the keys to Charles Xavier's rental car, and he goes on his way. Excellent climax scene between Magneto, who once again has done the underhanded wrong thing by trying to kill now President Nixon. They first tried to kill Boulevard Trask. Mystique tries to kill Boulevard Trask. Panic ensues. There's a lot of action. And then, naturally, Singer does this twist at the end, which I saw coming. Okay? I saw coming. Now, if you don't want to know the climax of this film, please go away. Just stop watching. You gone? Okay, good. The climax of the film. I knew Mystique wanted to kill Magneto. When she says, I know what I have to do, that's where the twist is. They lay the groundwork. It's obvious. It's really obvious. I don't know why it's played off like it's a big surprise. It's not a big surprise at all. Mystique was going to have to try to do the right thing because she made the right choice. Though they try to build the drama in the end where she's gonna shoot the wrong guy, if you know what I mean. But Xavier talks her out of it. Forget it. The whole thing was lost on me. I knew she was going to do the right thing in the end. Now, having said this, once you're done watching this movie, do yourself a favor. Please stay for the credits. This is a Marvel movie. At the showing I went to, you got to forgive the Brits. I don't know what's wrong. They do get Marvel movies over here. I saw Captain America, Winter Soldier in the theaters here. I don't know what it is. People just get up and walk out. One does not simply walk out of a Marvel movie during the credits. Stick around, okay? That part I'm not going to spoil. So, Singer's now resuscitated the franchise. I'm extremely optimistic about everything he's done so far. I'm completely stoked for X-Men Apocalypse coming, I believe, in 2 years. So, guys, once again, this has been my review of Days of Future Past. I look forward to your feedback. Cheers.